Good morning, students. Today I am going to discuss with you chapter number 7, Outcomes of Democracy from Democratic Politics. And in this chapter, we have to cover all the points which are written. Topic number 1 is how do we assess democracy's outcome? Point number 2, accountable, responsive, and legitimate government. Point number 3, reduction of inequality and poverty. Number 4, accommodation of social diversity. And next point is dignity and freedom of the citizens. So, students, on the basis of all these topics, we will solve out some questions which is given in overview. So, students, the overview of this chapter is we know that anyhow, democratic government is a superior and very powerful government in the compare of other form of government like dictatorship or any other types of government. So, in this topic, we have to clear that what does democracy do? It means we are always appreciating and promote democracy. So, actually, what is democracy and what is the work of democracy for the benefit of the common people who are living in different countries of the world which are actually democratic country. And the next question is what outcomes can we reasonably accept of democracy? It means whatever results are coming after the elections, after the decisions, or after the making of any policy, that is all acceptable by each and every person or not. Another question is what outcomes can we reasonably expect of democracy? It means you know very well that all the people who are living in country expecting very good response from the democracy. So the question is it means whatever aim, whatever goal having by the each and every people according to the expectation of the people, democracy is working or not. So your first point is how do we assess democracy's outcomes? It means how we can check out the results or outcome of democracy. So, students, from the starting of the chapter till this chapter, you learn that anyhow, democracy is a better form of government in the compare of dictatorship or any other form of government. So one question will arise here that how we can say democracy is a superior or the better form of government in the compare of any other. So, students, first of all, here we have to understand the word democracy. You know, democracy is formed by the two Greek words demos and kratos. Demos means people and kratos means power. It means people's power, the power of common people. So you can understand that democracy is a government of common people. It is showing the power of common people. All right. And the popularity of democratic government is only due to the following reasons, in which reason number one is promotes equality among citizens. It means each and every country where democracies exist, that country have a constitution. And this point I will clear on the basis of India. India is democratic country, and according to the constitution of India, each and every people of a country have a equal and same right. There is no any difference between the upper class, lower class, Hindu, Muslim, Sikh, Isai, backward class, or prime minister or minister or any common people. Each and every people of a country who are living here, those people have a common and equal opportunity. Point number 2 is enhances the dignity of the individual. Our constitution given equal right to each and every people. If any people caught by the police in the case of robbery or murder, and he or she is belong to the upper caste, lower caste, or the son or daughter of the MLAs or MP, or the son and daughter of the common people, will punish equally according to the constitution. Point number 3 is improves the quality of decision making. You know very well that before the implementation of any policy, any program over the country for the beneficial of the people, it is commonly informed by the government to each and every person, and each and every person is giving their opinion and ideas. You know very well that in our country, some people are accepting the policy of the government, the program of the government, and some group of the people are against. So whatever decision given by the common people, whatever actions taken by the common people, on the basis of that, the government is taking any kind of policy or any kind of action, and also it is implementing. That's why it is quality of decision making. Point number 4 is provide a method to resolve conflicts. It means any kind of conflict is going on or creating a problem, that is all solved by the rules and regulation whatever given by our constitutions. It means we have district court and high court and supreme court. So um, where you want to go for the solution of your problem, so these judiciary we have equally. All right. And last point is allows room to correct mistakes. It means we have chance. It means every after 5 year we can choose another candidate. If the candidate whatever elected by us um, behalf of the common people, he or she working, but if he or she is not going according to the expectation of the common people, then we have chance that we can change that leader every after 5 year. So students, on the basis of these 5 points you can understand that ki anyhow democracy is very good. So, students, when we talk to people who are living around us and who are living around you, so you can see that the most of the given their opinion that yes, yes, democracy is good, but most of the people who are not happy whatever decision, whatever program, whatever policy given by government, if that is not working according to the expectation of that people, so they always will be against the democracy. But anyhow, you know very well that those country where monarchy is ruling, military power is ruling, or any religious leader is ruling, so in this type of government only they support their own community, their own religion, and they are taking one sided decision. There is no matter whatever decision, whatever opinion having by the common people, they are taking only one sided decision. कहने का मतलब है बच्चों कि डेमोक्रेसी में जो भी प्रोग्राम इम्प्लीमेंट किए जाते हैं, जो भी पॉलिसी बनाई जाती है, वो कंट्री में रहने वाले हर लोगों के आइडियाज़ के हिसाब से, ओपिनियन के हिसाब से बनाई जाती है। लेकिन आप मोनार्की पावर में देखेंगे, मिलिट्री पावर में देखेंगे, या फिर कोई ऐसी कंट्री जो रिलीजियस बेस्ड रूल और रेगुलेशन जहाँ पे है, वो अपनी सुविधा के अनुसार वन साइडेड डिसीजन होगा, वो कभी भी किसी के बारे में नहीं सोचेंगे। दैट्स वाई अराउंड द कंट्री, near about 100 countries of the world today claim and practice some kind of democratic politics, and they have formal constitution, they hold elections, and they have parties, and they guarantees right of citizens. And students, whatever I had explained here, that you can see in every part of the world where democracy is existing. Is that clear for everyone? So, my next point is every democracy has three outcomes: political, economic, and social. And the most basic outcomes of democracy should be that it produced a government that is accountable to the citizen and responsive to the need and expectation of the citizens. So, students, here I want to clear that sometimes you can see where India is a very big country and here democracy is existing, as well as like most of the country of the world where democracy is existing, you can see their number of people living, their population is too much high, they are belonging to different community and following different ethnic group, etc, etc. So in those type of country, in those type of democratic country, it is very difficult for any government to provide each and equal opportunity, each and everything equally for all the people. but but we know that anyhow our government is always trying to provide equal opportunity to everyone, but sometimes some group is happy, some group is not happy. So we can say that ki very small little bit disadvantages having by the democracy, but anyhow democracy is very good. All right. Next point is accountable, responsive and legitimate government. अकाउंटेबल का मतलब है कि अगर जनता ने गवर्नमेंट को या रूलर को चुना है तो वो रूलर जो है जनता के लिए जवाबदेह होगा। जनता पूछ सकती है कि आपको हमने इलेक्ट किया था 5 सालों के लिए, आपने हमारे लिए क्या काम किया। रेस्पॉन्सिव, वंस a leader is elected by the common people every after 5 years, तो ये उसकी जिम्मेदारी है उस लीडर की कि वो उन कॉमन पीपल को जवाब दे, उनकी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज़ को, उनकी नीड्स को, उनकी बेसिक रिक्वायरमेंट्स को कंप्लीट करे। लेजिटिमेट, इट मीन्स the government whatever elected that is working according to rules, regulation and according to the constitution. That's why democracy is a very good form of government because it is accountable, responsive and legitimate government. And once a leader elected by the common people, then it is the responsibility of government to complete their needs and requirement according to the rules and regulation. So students, we can say in a democracy, we are more concerned with ensuring that people have the right to choose their rules and people will have control over the rulers. यानी कि हर 5 साल के बाद हम लीडर को चुनते हैं और जनता का फुल कंट्रोल होता है उस लीडर पे। मान लीजिए जो भी लीडर काम कर रहा है या करता था उसका काम अच्छा नहीं है तो जनता अगले 5 साल के बाद नए लीडर को चुन सकती है। So whenever possible and necessary, citizens should be able to participate in the decision making process, and the most basic outcome of democracy should be that It is produces a government that is accountable. It means चुने हुए जो लीडर होते हैं वो जनता के प्रति जवाबदेह होते हैं. अगर वो लीडर जनता के एक्सपेक्टेशन उनकी इच्छाओं के अनुसार काम नहीं कर रहा है तो वो उससे क्वेश्चन कर सकते हैं. एंड जन उस चुने हुए लीडर की ये जिम्मेदारी है कि देश में रहने वाले सभी लोगों की नीड्स रिक्वायरमेंट को पूरा करे, कंप्लीट करे, and with the help of legitimate point of view. It means with the help of rules and regulation. So I think student, this topic is very clear in front of you that why democracy is accountable, responsive and legitimate government. So students, as we know that we are discussing these topics, so first of all we have to clear some question. Question number one is the democratic government efficient? Is it effective? Because some people think that democracy produce less effective government. यानी कि कुछ लोगों का कहना है कि डेमोक्रेसी अच्छी होते हुए भी अच्छी नहीं है, क्योंकि यहाँ पे बहुत बार जो है डिसीजंस बहुत ज़्यादा लेट आते हैं, कोई भी फैसला बहुत ज़्यादा लेट आता है, समय पे काम नहीं पूरा होता है, बहुत ही स्लो प्रोसेस या स्लो वर्क होता है. तो बच्चों वो इसलिए होता है क्योंकि एक डेमोक्रेटिक गवर्नमेंट को अपने पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू को क्लियर करना होता है कि वो जो भी काम करे वो देश में रहने वाले जितने भी धर्म, जाति, संप्रदाय से लोग बिलोंग करते हैं उनके लिए बेनिफिशियल हो. क्योंकि वी आर नॉट following any dictator or military types of rules and regulation. That's why it is the responsibility of democratic government to complete the needs and requirement of each and every people equally. So students, you can imagine that in a very big country it is very difficult task in front of government to complete all the needs and requirement of each and every people equally. That's why sometimes it is less efficient and less effective. But we can see that anyhow always government tries to do better. After that, the next point is democracy is based on the idea of deliberation and negotiation. So sometime whatever response or results or program is implemented by government, that is came or that is coming in very late, but it is not a matter. Anyhow, democracy is a good form of government. After that, your next topic is, as we know very well that we are discussing about the importance of democracy. So we have to clear that कि anyhow democracy is acceptable by each and every people of a country who are living in different parts of the world. And students, here we can say that anyhow the democratic government has a transparency. What is transparency? First of all, here we have to clear. For example, democracy ensures that decision making will be based on the rules and regulation. It means on the basis of legitimate point of view. So a citizen who wants to know if a decision was taken through the correct procedure can find this out. So he or she has the right and the mean to check out the process of decision making, and this is known as transparency. It means even a common people can interfere in the decision whatever taken by our leaders. That's why our government is, or democratic government is a transparent government. So students, on the basis of this topic you can understand that how democracy is a good form of government because it is accountable, responsive and legitimate. And each and every citizen of a country have a right to information about the government and its functioning. It means it is the responsibility of the government that whatever decision taken by that government, it is responsibility of the government to inform all the common people whatever policy he is going to, or any government or leader is going to take. That's why we have, it means each and every common people of a country have right to information. यानी कि जनता को ये जानने का अधिकार है कि गवर्नमेंट कौन सा डिसीजन लेने जा रही है, कौन से रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशन को इम्प्लीमेंट करने जा रही है. तो आपने देखा होगा कि देश में बहुत सारे गवर्नमेंट की पॉलिसीज़ आती हैं. देश में कुछ ग्रुप एक तरफ हो जाते हैं, कुछ ग्रुप एक तरफ नहीं होते हैं. जैसा कि आप इसमें एक एग्जांपल ले सकते हैं, जैसे आपका था कि जो शेड्यूल कास्ट थे, जो माइनॉरिटी से बिलोंग करते थे, उनके लिए कुछ कोटा जो है सिविल सर्विसेज में फिक्स कर दिए गए थे, जिससे कि थोड़ा सा जो जनरल वाले थे, अपर क्लास वाले थे, वो टेंशन में थे, तो वो इस पॉलिसी के अगेंस्ट थे. लेकिन जितने लोअर क्लास के और माइनॉरिटी जो थे वो इस पॉलिसी के फेवर में थे. तो जब जनता डिबेट करती है, डिस्कशन करती है, उसके बाद जो हमारे लीडर्स जो हैं वो कमीशन बिठाते हैं, रिसर्च करते हैं, रिपोर्ट लेते हैं, उसके अकॉर्डिंग डिसीजन लेते हैं. सो वी कैन सी ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ डिबेट एंड डिसीजंस, ईच एंड एवरी डिसीजन इज फाइनली टेकन बाय our government. So students, I think you can understand about the good form of democracy. You know very well that sometimes democracy often frustrate the need of the people and often ignore the demand of majority of its population. For example, the routine tales of the corruption are enough to convince us that democracy is not free of this evil. Here, student, I want to discuss very important point of any democratic government. As we are discussing about the importance and the advantages of democracy, so we can see in each and every democratic country of the world, we can see a lot of corruptions because our government is always thinking about the welfare of the common people, and this is the lacking for government, because you know very well that in dictator type of government there is no any importance of the common people, and whatever decision opinion keeping by the common people in front of any dictator type of government, it means there is no response, no result. कॉमन पीपल अपना काम करे, उनका बेनिफिट हो ना हो, डिक्टेटर टाइप ऑफ गवर्नमेंट अपना स्ट्रिक्ट और एक रूल्स और रेगुलेशन बनाती है कि आपने ये गलत किया है तो आपको इसकी सज़ा मिलेगी, ये नहीं होगा, ये होगा, आपको रहना है तो रहिए, नहीं रहना है तो नहीं रहिए. लेकिन डेमोक्रेटिक गवर्नमेंट में हमेशा हमारी गवर्नमेंट ट्राई करती है कि सारे एविल को, सारे करप्शंस को, सारे प्रॉब्लम को दूर करके सभी लोगों को फ़ायदा पहुंचाया जाए, बेनिफिट पहुंचाया जाए. इसी वजह से हमारी डेमोक्रेटिक गवर्नमेंट थोड़ा सा लेस इफ़ेक्टिव हो जाती है, थोड़ा सा लेस एफिशिएंट हो जाती है. बट स्टूडेंट्स, यू हैव टू कीप इन माइंड एनी हाउ द डेमोक्रेटिक फॉर्म ऑफ गवर्नमेंट इज़ अ वेरी गुड फॉर्म ऑफ गवर्नमेंट बिकॉज इट इज़ अकाउंटेबल, रेस्पॉन्सिव एंड लेजिटिमेट. ऑलराइट. Point number 3 is economic growth and development. So students, to start this topic, we have to clear that in this topic we have to discussing about the economic development of country. It means कि हर डेमोक्रेटिक कंट्री कितनी ज़्यादा डेवलप्ड है. So students, you know very well that always democracies are expected to produce good government, and always common people wants to elect a very good ruler, very good leader who will work for the common people, who is responsible to complete the needs and requirement of the common people, and that person will be answerable, and that ruler going or ruling over the country according to rules and regulation. But then, is it not fair to expect that they would also produce development? लेकिन ये बहुत ही डिफ़िकल्ट है कि एक डेमोक्रेटिक कंट्री अगर है तो वो बहुत ज़्यादा डेवलप्ड होगी। ये ज़रूरी नहीं है और ये एक्सपेक्टेशन भी सही नहीं है, क्योंकि एक डेमोक्रेटिक कंट्री में उस रूलर्स को, इलेक्टेड रूलर्स को, जितने लोग भी कंट्री में रहते हैं, हिंदू, मुस्लिम, सिख, ईसाई, अमीर, गरीब, पिछड़ी जाति, अपर क्लास, उन सबको ध्यान में रखते हुए आगे बढ़ना होता है, अपने प्रोग्राम को इम्प्लीमेंट करना होता है. दैट्स वाई इट इज़ वेरी डिफिकल्ट to expect development from any democratic type of government. And students, evidence shows that in practice, many democratic countries did not fulfill completely the expectation of development. So, students, now we are going to differentiate between the democratic country and dictatorship type of government. If you have remember about the Belgium is a country where different ethnic group were living. So to provide equal opportunity to all the people of a country who were living in Belgium, the government of Belgium make and change their constitution 4 times to provide equal opportunity. सिर्फ इसलिए कि देश में कोई प्रॉब्लम ना हो, सिविल राइट्स ना हो, देश में रहने वाले आपस के लोगों में कोई मतभेद या फिर कोई प्रॉब्लम ना हो. तो बच्चों, इसीलिए डेवलपमेंट का जो पॉइंट है वो बिल्कुल भी मतलब सही नहीं है एक्सपेक्टेशन आम जनता की डेमोक्रेसी से. हियर आई एम गोइंग टू डिस्कस अबाउट द democracies and all dictatorship for the 50 years between 1950 and 2000. So you can see in those countries of the world where dictatorship is working, their economic growth is slightly higher in the compare of democratic country, because democratic country is enabled to achieve higher economic development, because दिस अलोन कैन नॉट बी रीज़न टू रिजेक्ट डेमोक्रेसी. कहने का ये मतलब है बच्चों कि अगर कोई डेमोक्रेटिक कंट्री पूरी तरह से इकोनॉमिक तरक्की नहीं कर पाती है, देश को पूरी तरीके से डेवलप्ड नहीं बना पाती है, तो इस पॉइंट पे हम डेमोक्रेसी को रिजेक्ट नहीं कर सकते. हमें इस बात को ध्यान में रखना है, भले हमारी कंट्री थोड़ा इकोनॉमिकली पुअर हो और देशों के कंपेयर में जो है हमारी जनता इतनी ज़्यादा डेवलप ना हो, लेकिन फिर भी एक डेमोक्रेटिक कंट्री देश में रहने वालों का, सभी लोगों का ख्याल करती है. एंड sometimes the development of any country is dependent upon the population size, global situation, and the cooperation from other countries and economic priorities adopted by the country. So student, whatever I am discussing to you, that is population size, global situation, cooperation from other countries, and economic priorities, all these points are also very important to improve the economic condition of any country. All right. So students, here you have to understand, sometimes we can see those countries which are having a very big population and where different people living who are belong to the different religion. You can take example of India. In India, population is too much big, and Hindu, Muslim, Sikh, Isai, backward class, upper class, minority, a lot of different types of people. So it is very difficult in front of government to provide equal opportunity to each and everyone. That's why sometimes government is less effective to improve the economic condition. But anyhow, we can see that democracy is a very good form of government. All right, students.